Welcome to a Delco Nerd Network podcast. I am your host, Anthony Ragucci, and this is Replay, Relive, and Re-Experience, or as we like to call it, Re3, is where we do all three of those things to our favorite video game series. In this edition of Re3, we'll be replaying, reliving, and re-experiencing the Halo franchise, starting with Halo Combat Evolved and ending with Halo 5 Guardians in anticipation for, you guessed it, Halo Infinite at the end of this year. Here to go on Master Chief Saga with me. You know these guys. We're, 7 episodes in, Chris Trio. Chris Geddes, thanks for joining me, guys.
Seven episodes.
Ba 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 ba.
Wah, ba 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 ba.
Hype for this.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
hyped for this.
I am too. This has been fun, I gotta say. And we're back.
Can we, you referenced Halo Infinite later this year. Can we talk about the other day?
Okay,
how we got?
So we're filming this post April Fool's Day. Or recording, I should say. Yeah, and an account tweeted that Halo is delayed, and Kotaku ran the headline. And that's what got me.
So, you know what's funny? I just assumed that was real. I didn't realize that was fake.
Yes.
So now I didn't. Okay, that's good to know.
Delayed.
It literally said, I was like, but then I kind of just moved
I was
on.
gonna bring it up at some point, but top of the show.
Yeah,
right now.
That's great. That's funny.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, and you were like, it's fake, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, here's the tweet, and he's like, did you say, look at the account?
Look at the verified mark. And it was a 7 of all things.
Oh my God. I was like, dude, are you fucking for real?
That's so funny. So when is the release date set for right now?
Still, I think, fall 2021.
That's what I thought. They don't have
time.
an exact date.
No, I don't think so.
It'll be
So
around
many
with it.
games. You know what else? Just a random... Dying Light has not had a date ever. It's
Dying
just
Light 2?
Yeah.
That's going to be good whenever it
No,
comes
apparently
out.
it's having a lot of issues, but that's a whole nother podcast.
Great.
Yeah.
This episode, we are going to be doing Outskirts and Metropolis. These are, 2 Master Chief levels coming off of Cairo Station. I guess we're following up right from that level. So a synopsis for you. Outskirts is the 4th mission of Halo 2. As the Master Chief, you must battle your way through the streets of Old Mombasa of Earth with Marines to reach the beach. Reach the beach. From there, you head to a highway tunnel, which leads you to the next level, Metropolis. This is also the first level in which you encounter Jackal snipers, phantoms, and hunters. As well as the first level you can actually drive. Outskirts is also the level in Halo 2 that holds the record number of Jackal snipers, a total of 22 in the notorious Sniper Alley, which is actually where we first encountered them, and there's a lot there.
Oh, there's a lot.
Fuck tons.
Wow, you got close for that one.
I did.
All right, so the first thing we got to talk about is, we are on Earth. First Halo level on Earth. We've only been on the Halo ring and in ships this whole series until now. So where exactly are we? We are in Old Mombasa, but the city itself is called New Mombasa. It was a major port city and industrial center on Mombasa Island in South Kenya in the Eastern African Protectorate. I guess Earth has new things laid out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually don't know much about Earth in the Halo universe.
I know next to nothing.
Yeah, they don't really talk about Earth too much, even though
space-centric.
ODST 3 and a lot of 2 are on, or no, actually not a lot of 2.
It's funny, I forgot about ODST being on Earth.
Yeah,
excuse my yawn.
Well, I'll reference ODST when we kind of get to that point where it's like, okay, this is where ODST would technically kick off. On the mouth of the river north of the island is the New Mombasa orbital elevator. That is the giant pillar going into the sky that you may see in the skyline. I'll point it out when we get there, but it's kind of hard to miss if you're looking at the beautiful Halo 2 anniversary vistas. Like Earth's other tether cities, New Mombasa's infrastructure was managed with a help of a second-generation dumb AI, the Superintendent, Halo ODST. It was the main target of the initial Covenant attack during the Battle of Earth. The city was invaded, occupied, and destroyed in the course of the conflict. So, yeah, that was a brief look at the city. So let's get into this first cutscene. 3 Pelicans rocket away from UNSC in amber-clad jet engines thundering and spear towards New Mombasa. The assault carrier Solemn Penance hovers high over the city. Grav lift engaged. Cortana says, the message just repeats, regret, regret, regret. Marines are gearing up for battle. Hood says, Master Chief, get aboard that carrier and secure the Prophet of Regret. This is the only place on Earth the Covenant decided to land. That Prophet is going to tell us why. And I think a few other things happen. There's some not altercation. There's a conversation between, like, I think Johnson and Keyes are chiming in. The pilot goes silent as a huge scarab comes into view. Its legs spears a truck, which explodes, and then the main gun focuses and fires, destroying the lead Pelican. The 2 other Pelicans veer off as a plasma turret on the Scarab's back attacks them. So we crash, and then another Pelican crash. Chris, this was something that you wanted to bring up that I was totally not aware of until you brought it up, about this like cutscene that was in the original game and remastered.
I didn't know it was in the original game. I thought it was just like I thought it was like a new thing that they made for the anniversary, but apparently not. It was in the Mythic map pack, I think I read.
Which what are you talking about?
He's on
So there's a so in the beginning of the mission, in the cutscene, you're seeing the 3 Pelicans. The one gets destroyed. The one that, I don't know if it veers left and crashes on a beach, that has Stacker and some ODSTs, maybe like a couple Marines, but yeah, there's some Covenant that go to like ambush, and there's this whole fight on the beach, and at one point there's like snipers up top shooting down at them. I'm pretty sure one of them's a sniper, takes him out, and my favorite part is the elite or a grunt throws a plasma grenade, and it sticks to one of the guy's helmets, and he takes it off and he just throws it.
That's so funny.
Yeah, so the cutscene was in the Mythic map pack for the original Halo 2, and I think was on Waypoint, or it's in the menus or something.
Hold on, just a second.
Waypoint.
Just a second.
Yeah.
Map packs? I completely forgot about a map pack. Like, like
Halo.
Not that I forgot about it, but like, I'm sorry, it just really brought me back there.
What were Halo 3's map packs? And was Anniversary one?
I think so. I mean, I remember Mythic vividly.
The legendary map pack, heroic
think
map
so.
pack, maybe.
Heroic map pack is definitely one of them. Definitely got it. All right, Google time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
it's just a funny when's the last map pack that was released? I can't even imagine.
Do like Call of Duties have map packs anymore?
I guess
Lots
they
of it's free now.
That's
They're
what I
all, like,
thought.
they all come
Because they
out.
make so much fucking money off the cosmetic shit and everything. Like,
Yeah, I mean, Call of Duty's got Warzone now.
So-
exactly. Yeah.
Halo 2 had the bonus map pack, which contained Containment and Warlock, Killtacular pack, which contained Sanctuary and Turf, Maptacular contained Gemini, Elongation, Backwash, Relic, and Terminal, and then Blastacular, which was Desolation and Tombstone.
Does it say how much those cost?
They were probably, what were they, Microsoft points then?
800 Microsoft.
Yeah,
That's what
like
I thought.
8
So,
to
like, that was,
1,600 Microsoft
That was like
points.
10. Yeah, 16. I think was $20.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
800 was $10.
I don't remember. It's been a while.
I think Microsoft.
I wonder what
Oh my God, Microsoft points. What the fuck?
Yeah,
was
when they
happening?
took them away.
I wonder what the last thing I bought with Microsoft points was.
Wow.
Did they phase that out before Xbox One?
I
Yeah.
believe they did.
Yeah,
I
that
think
was what it
that's
was long
exactly
gone.
when it did. Yeah,
Dude,
when they did.
what a time.
Yeah, Jesus.
And then Halo 3, they had like cold storage. That's where Legendary, then they had 2 Mythic map packs.
I remember riding my bike to GameStop the day Mythic map pack came out to get Microsoft points, and I rode it back.
Yeah.
I love it now.
worth
You
it.
just do that with a credit. Yeah,
I mean, it wasn't that far. But yeah.
that's so funny.
Yeah. A weird cutscene that, like, I guess they didn't really have to remaster, but they did anyway. That's like
Nice.
a little extra for those. If you Google, like, Halo 2 Outskirts.
Day
like,
at the Beach, it's
yeah,
called.
Day at the Beach. You'll find it. So we get out of the Crash Pelican and we go into this courtyard and we're holed out there for a little while. Chips Dubbo, present as always, you know. Hey, Chief, what's going on?
Try not to shoot me, eh?
Fuck you, Chips.
Follow me, Chief.
So, as we're kind of fighting here, we'll see some series first, but I had to point out, because I didn't point it out in last episode, the remastered sound for these guns is unreal.
The remastered
Yeah.
sound forever, like it's like baffling. Like when you go from the Halo 2 soundtrack to the Halo 2 soundtrack to like the original one, I should say.
Oh, the
It's just-
the remastered soundtrack for 2, I think, is actually beats out the original. And I'm actually in Halo CE, the music I put in is the original. For Halo 2, I'm gonna put in the remastered soundtrack.
It's
if I
so
use
like
any
it's
tracks.
it's funny because like you switch back and forth and you hear they're the same songs basically,
Yeah.
but there's more like
Yeah,
like
different
it's a
tones.
little
the
bit more
mixing is better.
Yeah.
It's better and there's louder going on. You know what it kind of reminded me of? not in the same like Doom in the way of like it
Doom?
really felt that loud.
DOM?
And yes, Doom. No, the Doom. No,
Well,
but
there's
no, you're right.
Doom
No, it's so
movie
true.
now, and it's like it sounds the same.
They do sound similar. But no, I don't know. It was just funny. I was like, damn, this is like they're pumping the music, and I love it.
Yeah, there was one song in Oracle that we'll get to that's a little weird when you're flying around in the Pelican.
I got it. You're setting me up for like later down.
tend to do that.
I'm there.
ready.
And I also wanted to mention the arsenal. One of the things I forgot to talk about last episode is how quickly. So like in the first level, you get the shotgun. Like you get a lot of those like big powered weapons like quick. Like in this level, you get snipers already, and I kind of feel like they throw like heavier, like sort of like maybe like end game-ish weapons at you like
right
quickly,
at the gate.
whereas like the first, I mean, you get the sniper in Halo in the second level, but I feel like in this it's just like the weapons are just thrown at you.
I forgot.
And
how-
it doesn't matter what
I mean,
they
we'll
are.
get to it, but I forgot how good that Covenant sniper rifle was.
The beam rifle?
Yeah, it's just how- ooh.
we'll talk about
I know.
it. This is where in this courtyard battle we get our first view of the Phantom. The Type 52 troop carrier, otherwise known as the Phantom, is a Covenant troop transport used primarily to deploy ground units and equipment swiftly and efficiently into battle, while providing suppressive fire, of course. The Phantom is a rough equivalent of the Pelican's dropship in terms of function and performance, serving as a dedicated troop transport and gunship. The Phantom sports a heavier armor and deadlier arsenal compared to its lightly armed cousin, the Spirit dropship, in Halo 1. Consisting of up to 3 defensive weapons that offer 360 degrees defense, 360 degree defensive and offensive capabilities, and is capable of maneuvering effectively in atmospheric conditions, including space, the final frontier.
Star Trek.
Yeah, for everyone who didn't catch
got
that.
you.
I get that reference.
It's
I get
right
it.
here. I'm right here with you.
The Phantom's crew consists of a pilot, a co-pilot, a navigator, an operations officer in charge of the defensive plasma cannons. The Phantom can carry up to 30 passengers inside its troop bay, 16 in Halo 2. Troops are deployed from both the grav lift installed in the bottom of the rear of the ship and the ventral doors on either side of the troop bay. Like the Spirit dropship, the Phantom is also capable of carrying vehicles such as Ghost, Wraith, as well as essential equipment such as deployable lookout towers and Covenant supply cases using the 4 miniature grav lifts underneath it. Guys, trio, hand raised, what's up? Question.
I just got to say, great looking ship. Like icon, I feel like very iconic.
Yeah,
when
the
it comes
Phantom
to-
is very iconic. It's a little more it's a little more maroon in this game.
I'd
then
say
it gets
purple.
purple.
I'd actually
It's
say
more
purple.
purple.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty even. At least in the remaster, anyways. For sure, I feel like it looks pretty purple.
No, it's maroon.
It's
Is it
definitely
really?
it's definitely maroon.
Yeah, I think you're
Yeah,
thinking.
All right,
wrong.
I'll fight you guys on this one.
All right.
Hold on. What color is the Vision skin?
It's like pinkish.
I
maroon.
request elaboration.
I've seen the Vision from Marvel's The WandaVision. What color is his skin?
It's like maroon.
Because I've seen people go like it's red. I'm like, you guys are fucking nuts.
No,
What is happening?
It's not like. It's definitely not like our like DNN.
I've heard
Yeah.
purple too.
No.
I'm like, now that's a psychopath.
It's
Who thinks that? Is all I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
that's
It's like a pinkish. It's like a red. It's red more in the tone of pink and purple. Like it's like all
I
three of
agree.
those
No,
colors mashed
it's
together.
just it's. But anyways, I will knife fight you about the color of the Phantom after we're done.
And then pretty much the only other thing is we get a cool music cue and we fight the hunters again, who are actually kind of big now.
And they don't
Oh, they are.
Good.
Yeah, they're towering.
they don't get one shot anymore.
No, they don't.
So we're going through Sniper Alley, and of course, this is where we can gun down 22 Jackal snipers, and we're picking up the beam rifle. The Type 50 sniper rifle system, otherwise known as the Particle Beam Rifle, is a Covenant long-range weapon and the counterpart of the UNSC sniper rifle. They're commonly used by Jackals, although elites and brutes are also seen using beam rifles on occasion. The Particle Beam Rifle is battery-powered direct energy weapon that fires ionized particles at its targets instead of accelerating small projectiles. The weapon is nearly silent, giving it off a negligible muzzle report, weighs considerably less than the UNSC analog, and the use of particle acceleration offers the distinct advantage of superior penetration as the beam will pass through a target completely, even through cover. And that is pretty lore accurate because that I don't think there's. It just keeps going.
It just keeps going. And also, I guess it does have recoil, which is interesting. You'd think like a beam rifle would just be like what force would there be?
From the battery and the weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Like
so.
it's got to exert something.
Yeah, I
which
guess
it
even in
does.
like other
You can
movies and
overheat
stuff,
it.
you see they have recoil with like laser weapons.
So,
But I don't know. And,
so you remember how we were like muffins or
oh yeah, donuts.
yeah? So human, the sniper or the beam rifle.
I mean, I think I don't know. I feel like it's an easy beam rifle for me.
Later games, sniper.
see, I would say beam rifle off of pure like what it can do, but the sniper is just kind of like
So,
classic.
question, and I was wondering this while I was playing: do you get more shots out of a full beam rifle, or out of the most amount of sniper rifle ammo?
Good question.
I'm curious because you
I
get
don't
you
know.
get eight. You have eight. You have 4 in the chamber, and then eight total that you can carry. I noticed.
8.
Yeah, that you can carry other than like your 4 that are already loaded in.
So 12 in total.
Yes,
That'd be close.
that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's like
it's got to be a bullet or two.
I think it's like
off.
10 or 11.
Honestly,
for-
I could see the beam rifle being more.
I don't know. Yeah, I'd be curious too.
I feel like it goes down. I
feel like it does
10 or
too. I feel like
11%
you-
per shot.
That's what I mean. I feel like that's at least. No, I think maybe 10 shots in that.
I do.
Yeah.
I do have some trivia before
All right.
we move on. The beam rifle was originally used by elites in Halo Combat Evolved with the name Gravity Rifle. Instead of being a purplish blue, it was a green and black, and it was cut from the final game because of time constraints. So here's another.
There's a few of those, I assume, coming up.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's another thing where Bungie put something in Halo 1, it was cut, they brought it back in Halo 2, like we were talking about in the intro of last
It is
episode.
so funny, like replaying these and seeing how bare bones Halo 1 was. Combat
I mean, this is
Evolved.
how bare bones games were.
No,
back then.
but you're right. But even just compared to like even just out the gate on Halo 2, how many years did this come out after Halo Combat Evolved 2?
Yeah, like a year and a half.
Year and a half,
2 years.
Like I just feel like it's just.
Oh, no, sorry. 4 years.
Yeah, it was
years.
2004. This came out, and
Halo 1 was 2001.
2001.
So
Yeah,
3
3
years.
years.
It just feels like a pretty major leap to me.
Yeah.
Truly,
for
just
sure.
immediately
Oh, yeah.
out the gate. But
Right.
yeah, you're right. That's so true. 2001 games were majorly different. But that's just
Also,
an
new console.
very true.
No, we're still
I know
on,
we're still on Xbox,
still on
right?
Xbox.
Oh.
We're not even in Halo 3 yet.
Yeah, that's. I'm ahead. I'm ahead.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Another trivia fact: this weapon
funny,
replaces the focus rifle after the Battle of Reach. It is likely due to the beam rifle's superior precision and lethality when compared to the focus rifle. It could be that they worked alongside one another as it was used well before Reach in the Battle of Harvest. So this is like the lore reason for why the beam rifle's in Reach and why you don't see it for the rest of the series.
Gotcha.
What beam rifle is in reach?
The
Focus rifle.
The focus rifle's
I
in
can't
Reach.
remember or even what that looks like.
It's like a sniper, but it shoots like a beam and it keeps going.
Okay.
It's like a sentinel beam, but a sniper.
Gotcha. Oh, I
Oh,
do remember that.
yeah.
We'll get to reach when we get to that. But yeah.
And yeah, it is possible to bounce beam rifle shots off the ground like this sniper in 3. The sniper ricochets, but not in this one, but the beam rifle does. All right, so we are moving through the buildings to Hotel Zanzibar, where we rendezvous with our boy, Sergeant Stacker. He's back.
Glad you could make it. Crash site's on the other side of this hotel, Chief. Covenant are crawling all over it. Follow me.
He's chilling.
Do you want me to do chips?
What
Oh,
kind of
I just have that in there as a joke. but we'll
Oh,
get-
I know. I didn't know.
Can you do an Australian accent?
I think so.
Okay.
Is that pretty good?
Yeah, well, we go into the hotel. We get a little flashlight turn on. Hey, it's dark. Turn your flashlight on. The flashlight's back. And then as we get out, we get attacked. But the warthog and the ghost come up, and we can use them to proceed. And a marine goes, "Oh man, I love the beach."
Hoped you packed a suit, mate.
And then like Cortana says, like, "Cut the chatter. We got people coming up."
Hey, fuck you, Cortana. I'm losing it.
Fuck you, Cortana, dumb bitch.
That's kind of British. No, anyways, let's go.
Nah, I was Australian.
Fair enough.
I can't do a good British accent. Like
Cheers, mate.
a low key British accent is hard
It's
for
tough.
me to.
Well, there's so many different British accents too. There's one
Yeah.
for every fucking corner.
It's fucking you know.
Yeah, you can get down it, or you get with
Fucking
the Irish
Master
accent.
Chief taking all the spotlight. God damn it.
You can boost now on the ghost.
You can.
Yeah. Hallelujah.
It really was. It did, again, massive leaps forward. That's
Oh,
all I'm
yeah.
trying to say. Like,
Massive.
massive
Game
leaps.
design, 100% more.
It's just 100% increase. Anyways,
So we are moving toward the city center to get to this Covenant carrier. There's a gun emplacement. I don't know if you guys noticed on the beach there that just kind of like is sitting there, not firing. It's just there. Did you guys notice that?
No.
Okay. So this is the Type 48 artillery platform, also known as the Weevil to the UNSC forces. It is a ground-based Covenant field artillery piece. It fires bolts of plasma in indirect parabolic arcs and is essentially a larger version of the plasma mortar mounted on the Phantoms.
Interesting.
This is literally only in this game.
It's
And
like,
that
is it that
paragraph
purple
is
one?
pretty much all they had on it.
Yeah.
I had to dig for this. I was like, I can't fucking find this thing. I was like, what is this? Like,
gonna lose
What
my
is
mind.
I was like, these guys are.
That's so
depending on
funny.
me
They were
to
just, they had
bring
a,
in the
yeah.
heat of
That's
the war.
hilarious.
Yeah. So I remember playing through Halo 2 and I'm like, what the fuck is that? It was like just random turret just sitting there and like you never see
Like,
it
what
again.
the fuck is happening? Yeah.
And there's also behind that, there's a lookout tower.
These are what I remember.
A deployable lookout tower is an anti-gravity operated tower used by the Covenant. They are mainly used to fortify
Pacific Rim?
Yes. They are mainly used to fortify specific areas on the battlefield. A deployable lookout tower consists of a circular base, in the middle of which an anti-gravity generator is found. The circular platform is suspended in the air and given anti-gravity power by the generator. The platform also has a gap in the middle through which the occupants are transported. The anti-grav generator works like a gravity lift, transporting supplies and troops freely.
What happens when you want to go down?
What?
What happens when you want to get off, like, the tower?
You just jump off.
Jump.
No, I mean, I'm just saying,
I
like,
think you actually go back down.
practically, yeah, you'd
Maybe
assume
there's like
it works
a flip
both
or
ways. But,
something,
like,
like a switch.
the jackals get up there. All right, guys. Now, how do I get down? You jump. What do you mean you jump? I mean, you jump off the tower, you moron.
flip.
Yeah.
The Halo 2 version of this thing looks a lot different from the Halo 3 version.
I keep saying this to you, and I know I've probably mentioned it like 4 times, but just the way lighting, I didn't realize how just lighting didn't exist in games back then. Just the way, like particles and just fog works and like just all these, it's crazy. It really does blow my mind how far we've come. That's my little soapbox.
Lighting I think is the big one, and even with this generation with ray tracing, like
Oh, yeah.
it's still like wow, look what you can do with just lighting. Forget
No,
the
it's true.
graphics. It's just
insane.
it's all about the lighting.
Well, it's fun. Even I've been small tangent. I'm playing Outer Worlds, and that is 60 frames per second. Like seeing like the reflections off the gun and shit. Like there's
even
like small
going from the Xbox One version to the Series X. Yeah, I mean we're both playing.
it's
it.
Improvements?
Yeah,
major,
Oh, yeah?
like
big
it's
time.
Wow.
60
Yeah.
frames, and it just looks great. It really does.
And that's a very like subpar, mediocre, okay game. And I think that the up on it.
Enjoying it much more this time around for some reason. But you know,
Yeah, I need to get back into it.
We'll get-
I didn't give it enough.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
But we go a little further and we get to our not our first terminal, our second terminal.
Second terminal.
Yeah.
It's on like the when you come out of, you're on the beach, so it's like right before you go into
The tunnel.
the tunnel. Yeah. And this one talks about Arbiter again and how he invaded this like UNSC system, and what did he blow into, like troops that weren't even ready. They didn't have any guns, and he wound up letting them weaponize and get ready for them to, kill them,
Yeah.
to get slaughtered.
Yeah, so basically, like, the idea of this terminal is kind of to, like, tell you that the elites, even though they're pretty, like, savage combatants and they're the enemy, they're very honorable. They don't fight dirty, kind of like the brutes do.
Sure.
The elites, like, come back to the samurai, Spartan.
I was gonna
sort
say
of
that's that, like
parallel.
we're gonna fight you one on one, and you're gonna know exactly like what's going.
Right, and we're not going to, like,
There's
we're
no
not
trickery.
No tricks.
Right.
You are not the ghost of Tsushima.
No.
You are Jin Sake. Sakai.
No, wait, what?
You are well.
Oh,
you are both. You know what I mean.
You're a Jin Sakai before the ghost.
Correct.
Yeah, there we
It's
go.
like Batman.
And if you notice in that same bunker, there's a rocket launcher.
Yeah.
And if you notice with the rocket launcher now, you can lock onto vehicles.
I did notice that.
Yeah, that was definitely
And it goes away.
Nice
Does it? It
Yeah,
just
in
it
3.
just- then it comes back again.
I think so.
I'm very confident it does. Anyways,
We'll see.
Yeah.
And you also see in that same area, there's drop pods that litter the ground. These are orbital insertion pods, which is a single occupant Covenant high altitude deployment vehicle, roughly cylindrical. There you go. Ovoid in shape.
Void.
Which is oval, I guess. But with a tapered, slightly angular end. It is made of a burnished cyan purple metal, and but has an interior that conforms to the physique of a Covenant Sangheli. Upon impact with the ground, the pod opens and revealing the interior and allowing the Sangheli to exit. So it's just the Covenant
Do we see
drop
them
pod.
again?
Yeah.
Other than Reach and this?
3. They're
in
three.
3.
Yeah. So when the Covenant decide to capture a planet rather than simply glassing it from the orbit, they use these insertion pods to drop Sangheili to the planet's surface as shock troopers.
I wonder if they took that idea from the UNSC or vice versa. Or
I would doubt it. But
Yeah.
Did
yeah.
they coin the term? Is glassing just like is that just a war term? Like when you glass someone, like, because I feel like I've heard that used in other like science fiction things. Like even in like Star Wars, they glass the world. Like I didn't know if that was like you can like glass, like if that's like a
That could be a
combatant
term for
very random. I don't know why I've heard that term before.
Yeah, you're onto something. You're
I
onto
don't know.
something.
Like because I'm like I wonder if Halo coined that like in the
Yeah.
science fiction realm, or but I mean I can do some digging. It was just more of like a thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was just an interesting thing. I don't know.
Oh, it is interesting.
So we take the tunnels in, and we're heading to the bridge, the city center. Cortana notes Covenant seems surprised. She says, I've been analyzing the Covenant tactical chatter. They're surprised, confused. I don't think they expected us to be here. Not you and me, but all of us, humanity on Earth. Odd, I know. But it does help explain why they came in such small numbers. Very good thing to note as to that fact. Why did they invade Earth with, like, one carrier?
One carrier.
Yeah. Keep that in the back of your head, folks. We'll get to it. We're continuing. We got the Scarab coming in, shooting that Warhog. How you guys feeling about the Scarab? at this
Scary.
point?
Scary, but like we haven't gotten to the end where you actually get on it. But like I thought it played much bigger of a role in this level than it ended up. Maybe I'm thinking to Halo 3.
Yeah,
it's
you might
it's
be.
the end of the game. There is another Scarab.
Maybe then I'm thinking of that one because this one was a little bit underwhelming from what I remember.
Yeah, do
and
you
it
remember Johnson takes hold of it and you walk in and you blow up the door? Yeah.
That's what I
in the
think
end
I'm
of the
thinking.
game.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the only other time you see a Scarab. It's just those two
There's
times.
not in Halo 3?
No, there's Halo 3
Yeah,
Scarabs.
they're-
They're
they're-
very
okay,
different.
that's-
but,
oh, okay.
Well, I'm going to talk about those Scarabs once we actually get onto it.
Of course.
You know, because it's getting onto and into
Make it a sense, yeah.
So, this part. Here's my notes. Covenant train things. You guys know what I'm talking
I
about?
see.
Those fucking weird looking like troop carrier things.
Oh yeah, I did. And they land. I think I know exactly
And
which.
they look like
They literally just
they
look like
this.
long
They
train
look like,
cars.
They look like this. So like a vehicle would fit here, and there's like a thing around it
And where were these at?
in the tunnels.
There's just this weird
yeah,
vehicle
I know
that. Do you
exactly what
ever
you're
see
talking
them
about.
again?
Yeah.
No.
I think so. I was driving by them. I'm like, I killed the elite in it.
That just
and I'm
doesn't
like,
seem as practical as like
what are
transporting
you
with
guys
a,
doing? And
a Phantom or something.
So the Type 29 vehicle transport is also known as the Shadow and is a heavy ground transport vehicle for the Covenant. The Shadow is a dedicated troop and vehicle transport machine of the Covenant. Similar to the UNSC Warthog and the UNSC Elephant, it is not an offensive vehicle, and due to its slow speed, it can be categorized as slow and cumbersome. However, it possesses a powerful defensive plasma turret, which is used solely for defense. The vehicle itself can be easily outmaneuvered by smaller vehicles such as the Ghost or Warthog. It's heavily armored, and its best defense against attack is the reason for its slow speed. Shadows are the Covenant's main method of moving a large number of troops around the ground-based battlefields. They have one driver, a gunner, and up to 8 occupants depending on the species of the passengers. The Shadow's purpose have gained it the nickname the Shadow's purpose have gained it the nickname of the Covenant bus, which it definitely looks like a bus.
it would be. It's a
Train thing,
It is.
whatever.
It's a bus. It's a train car. I don't even know.
So, as you may think, the Shadow was originally going to be named the Spectre. Wait, sorry. The Shadow was originally going to be the name of the Spectre-like vehicle seen in the Halo Combat Evolved E3 2000 trailer before it was cut for the game. Another vehicle cut.
brought back,
coming
yeah.
Brought back.
So it's the Shadow was supposed to be like the Spectre, but it sounds like they switched them too.
Sure.
Do you know what the Spectre is? It's
believe
later
so.
in the game.
Yeah,
Yeah. And that's it. We travel
That's
to the
it?
next level on the bridge, and that is we are into Metropolis.
Metropolis.
One of the more memorable levels.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is where it starts on the bridge, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Music's playing. Yup.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get it. Actually, talk about it first.
Let me give you the synopsis of the next level, Metropolis. This is the 5th level of Halo 2, and is the first level you're able to drive the Scorpion. Also the first level where you see Wraiths, Banshees. Metropolis is one of the 2 levels where you can acquire the Gauze Hog. Takes place in New Mombasa, and also as soon as the player starts, emerges from the highway tunnel that was part of Outskirts. Master Chief and 2 Marines are battling across a long bridge, and pretty much they're going from, like, in tunnels, they're coming out, they're going out, they're getting into the city center, and eventually we come to our
This one
scarab.
did go a little long for me. Like, going
Really? I
into
don't
the
think it's
tunnel.
that long.
I felt like there were... I'm like, all right, let's cut off one of these parts where I'm going through.
I mean, I guess we have been going through tunnels.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
tunnels.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
tunnels.
That's all I'm saying.
Our cutscene. Okay. Who wants to be who?
I can be Johnson if you want me to.
I'll be female Marine.
That's right.
All right, I'll be Marine 1. Who's the male guy?
Where's the rest of your platoon?
Wasted, Sarge.
And we'll be 2, sir. If we don't get the hell out of here.
You hit Marine.
No, sir.
Then listen up.
All right. So, just like in Halo 1, depending on your difficulty, you have a different speech that Johnson says, just like in the first
You
one.
want to go down? Do you want us to go around? We'll do one at a time.
Do we want to read them all?
We can if you want, or we can skip. Which, if you want to save time.
I was
it's up
going to
to you.
say, I at least want to read normal and legendary. I like
Yeah,
those two.
I did it. I was playing through on normal.
I was playing through on easy. I think.
Can I-
actually?
All right.
Easy gamer.
Yeah, I just
right.
didn't feel like dealing with it.
I want to read normal. You read easy. You read legendary.
All right,
Sounds good.
Okay. Chris.
All right.
Crit trio. See,
It is weird. No, it's really it is you being
Chris
here. I
Geddes
think.
here. And like, there's another Chris. I'm now calling trio Chris. That doesn't happen.
It doesn't
like,
ever. It's
yeah,
very odd and
it's
weird,
fucking
and I don't like it. All right, here we go. Easy. You had your chance to be afraid before you joined my beloved corpse, but to guide you back to the true path, I bought this motivational device. Our big green style cannot be defeated.
And this is normal. The chief is gonna jump in this tank, roll across this bridge, and blow up any inhuman son of a bitch dumb enough to get between him and the prophet of regret. Pull yourselves together, because you're going with him.
And if you do this on legendary, usually the good Lord works in mysterious ways, but not today. This here is 66 tons of straight up HE spewing divine intervention. If God is love, then you can call me Cupid.
That's a good
And
one.
then,
I like
and then
that one a
I
lot.
think, and then like he gets back in, and then he goes, and like Cortana
Oh, I
goes,
love this.
he never gets me anything, and he goes, and he cocks the turret.
Oh, I know what the ladies like.
I know what the ladies
I know
like.
what the ladies like.
God, it's so good.
So this is our first tank level, guys. How you feeling from the tanks in Halo 1? What are you thinking?
Oh, massive improvement, I feel.
What was that
It's
reaction?
so- no,
you were
it's
just
just
like,
so
you,
much better.
wait, Trio was just like,
Yeah, he's like,
Like, it's just
Wow.
It's just like it's night and day. It
Yeah.
really is. Because like, you know what I noticed in Halo 1, you can't like strafe. If you turn your camera, you can't like go like you always have to be facing the way you are shooting. It doesn't, or it doesn't work very well. Like it's very hard to like turn and
in
shoot.
Halo 1, yeah, I definitely agree. This one,
This one,
you move.
it just controls so much better. I mean, just night and day.
tank is fun.
Night and day.
did you? So this is the part where you're going over the tank and you can see the Sagai line. Solemn Penance is like on the left, and then the big orbital bridge is like in the center of the city. So I just put that there. You can't destroy phantoms in this
I
game.
tried. I was sat there for a good like,
I was
can't
fucking
yeah,
up.
like
Yeah,
11
I
or
couldn't-
12
I was
shells, and I'm
surprised,
like, I
yeah.
don't think I can
Like,
destroy
I don't
them.
think because I feel like I distinctly remember you being able to, but I guess not.
So, can we talk about the Easter egg here? There used to be an Easter egg where you would. Can you hijack in this
Talking about
game?
the Scarab gun?
Yeah, I am talking about the Scarab
I
gun.
have it in the trivia at the end, but we'll talk
all
about
right,
it now.
all right,
since you
yeah,
brought it
so-
up. Yes, I
You
know about
can
the Scarab gun.
hijack. If you can hijack, yeah, you get a Banshee and you bring it through the tunnels. It's kind of hard because of everything shooting at you, but if you eventually get it out to like that park, you can like go straight up, and then on top of this building's just a pulse rifle, and it's just sitting there, and you pick it up.
Plasma rifle.
Sorry. And it shoots Scarab like bullets. It shoots what they
So
shoot.
Really?
So I did it recently. So I know.
Oh, you did it?
Yeah, I did it. I was like, before we did this series, like I was going back and getting achievements like after I finished Reach, because it was the first game I got on my Series X. So basically, the Banshees that are flying, you have to get them to follow you into the tunnel. It's a little tricky.
that's right.
And you can't board it just yet. So you have to like essentially get this Banshee to follow you. It stops shooting and eventually just kind of like paths around you. And you can get it through the tunnel, and then once it's in the smaller tunnel, when you're going outside to where the Gauze Hog is and the sniper you can melee in the back, you have to get in it before the loading screen, and that's gets you out of it. and then you can fly it up.
like
It's really
pinpoint.
tricky.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've only done it once.
And it's like it's fire scarab.
There's
Explosive.
a skull that does that same
Oh
effect.
my god, that's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah, it's
I didn't know that.
weird.
Yeah.
It took me a few tries. I think it doesn't have to be on legendary. No, I don't. Think
Is it
think
an
so.
achievement?
Yeah.
Or is-
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
that's why I was doing it.
Oh, wow. That's nutty.
Yeah, so a little bit before that, to kind of backtrack, as you get past the bridge, you can get inside the tunnel, you dismount and continue on foot. The Marine hands you a shotgun, and you move through the tunnel and eventually get outside and hop into the Gauze Hog. Just a little bit about the Gauze Hog, even though we talked about the Warthog. This is the M12G1 light anti-armor vehicle. This is a variant of the UNSC M12 Force Application Vehicle that features a mounted M68 ALIM Gauze cannon. It is designed to quickly defeat light armored vehicles such as choppers and ghosts. The M68 Gauze cannon fires 25mm hypersonic projectiles by asynchronous magnetic acceleration in the base of the cannon and takes about a half second to recharge between shots. The Gauze cannon first appeared in the E3 2000 Halo Combat Evolved trailer. It was cut from the game. Again, another vehicle coming back. Okay, that was it. I had something else in there, but
Probably my favorite Warthog.
yeah,
Love the Gauze
Absolutely. I mean,
Hog.
it's so good.
The
Yeah.
Gauze Hog is awesome. So yeah, again, we're just moving
Very
forward.
interesting that was introduced that early. I guess I didn't even think about that either. I guess it's not really that early, but
Yeah,
like I
Did
don't know
we-
why I just thought that was like a Halo 3 introduction.
Did we touch on the AI can drive you around now?
no.
Yeah, so
You're
you can
all
just get right in the
gunner?
Yep,
Yeah.
gunner, and
Oh, that's
the
cool.
AI
That's
drives you
awesome.
around.
Yeah, because I guess with this first one, he tells you to get in the gun.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't like pull up, get out, and he gets in the gun.
Yeah.
Like he drive. Yeah.
He's like, get in, chief.
And they don't do too bad.
No, they're not terrible.
They're not terrible.
No, they're not bad drivers.
Well,
Yep, and we work our make our. What did I just say?
we work our way,
Work our May.
Magic.
make our way down. I know what you're
Yeah, we make our way into the city center and clear the streets of Covenant invaders. Did you guys notice like the signs and the advertisements and stuff on the buildings? 'Cause
A
they're
little
not-
bit.
They're not there in the normal version. A lot of the advertisements and logos on the buildings were added. Obviously just probably for flair.
Yeah.
Make it look a little bit more.
a little
real.
more lived in. Yeah.
And the terminal is here.
Yeah, so when you meet up with so it's after the Scarab, after the 3 wraiths that you fight. It's when you go in for the first time, it's like behind some boxes before you go upstairs and you meet that.
I know exactly
meet that
where it
one
is
guy.
then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
then
missed
this one's just about Arbiter. Sorry, this one's about Arbiter and what he's done. Basically, he fucks up the UNSC. He's destroyed so much, so much.
We kind of talked about in his bio, like he has like a billion confirmed casualties, not just from him, but like caused by him. He's the one who finds Reach and attacks it.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of weird to like the Arbiter is probably like one of the most like military like saying
He's like a patent.
He's like a patent
The
Covenant.
He's like a patent.
And
like
like
of World War II.
and they
Like,
fuck him over. Like,
well, they
so
need the
hard.
they see. Yeah, they're like, yeah, it's
But
really.
like, look at him, man. He found Reach. Like he's taken all these systems with the fleet of particular justice.
But they gotta
Love,
show
dude.
even the mightiest can fall. Gooch, don't get too big in your britches there, Arbiter, and they also need a fall guy. So fucking.
And there is one thing I noticed for the first time going through this. Before you go into that building where that terminal is, up on the left, there's like a little like street that you can go on, and there's a citizens alert kind of flashing on the screen, and there's a new one for the remaster and an old one. So I just wanted to read them. This is Citizens Alert. Youth of New Mombasa, your city needs you. Join your local freedom fighter brigade today and send the dirty Covenant zealots back to their homeworld. Our enemy is weak. They will only know defeat at our hands. They will only know defeat at our hands. We have the advantage, human heart and perseverance, some things these filthy aliens will never have. And then it says, New Mombasa will prevail. Secretary of Defense, Paul Huffy Russell.
Sounds about right.
And the new one says, Citizens alert, our glorious city is under attack by the despicable Covenant horde. Their defeat is inevitable. They will meet a horrible end at the hands of our brave forces who right now are fighting for your survival. Please do your part by reporting to the nearest evacuation zone. New Mombasa will prevail. Minister of Information, David Dockmaster Dunn.
David Dockmaster done.
Triple D.
David Dockmaster Dunn.
Triple D.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Not
I wonder
double D.
why they changed that.
It's not changed. It flashes between the two. But that last one I just read isn't in the original. I just thought that was interesting.
No, that is
never read
interesting.
that
No,
story
yeah,
before.
that's interesting.
Yeah, so we regroup with the Marines and head into the CP, the command post, where the Scarab kind of climbs over us, and we're like, all right, we're gonna fuck this thing up. We
Prepare to
board.
make my day.
Yeah, we board and destroy the Scarab. We get a cool music cue here. I'll have to figure out what track it is, but I just remember there's a cool
Is
music.
it not the Mjolnir mix?
I don't know. It's actually in the anniversary. It's the Gunger mix.
Oh.
The gun Gun.
The gun mix?
It's like the Gugnir?
Yeah, the Gun.
Misa excited.
The Gunger. I don't know if it's that track, but let's finally talk about the Scarab. The Type 47 ultra heavy assault platform, commonly known as the Scarab, is a Covenant mobile mining platform adapted for use in combat. The Halo 2 variant is the T-47A Protoss or Protos. I don't really know which pronunciation it is. Developed in an advanced construction site, Scarabs are mobile fortresses. They are quadrupedal behemoths, are typically deployed from low or medium orbit or the high atmosphere. They are used to attack heavily defended structures and emplacements and often lend a quick but unstoppable support to Covenant troops on the ground. Despite their enormous strength, however, Scarabs are quite vulnerable to being boarded. A Scarab's central core is protected by only the vehicle's external armor, so attacking the core is easy once an enemy boards the craft. A Scarab will also be temporarily stalled if its legs sustain enough damage, allowing a would-be boarder to simply jump on the vehicle's troop bay to counter this. Vehicle's troop bay. Period. To counter this, Scarabs typically carry squads of grunts, jackals, as well as brutes and Sangheili, so the whole fucking family.
The whole squad.
The Halo 2 Scarab was almost indestructible and immune to damage in this game. Its movement was entirely scripted and almost no damageable parts appear to have been coded for it. It was only destroyed in a cutscene. Yeah, that's a sentence. When the Halo 2 era Scarab fires, some molten green liquid, possibly coolant or access plasma, will leak out of the bottom of the main cannon. The forward plasma cannon can also be destroyed with a few melee attacks, as could the rear plasma turret. The flaps on the main gun could be destroyed only by using a Scorpion tank. Also, the underside grate could also be destroyed. So, yeah. I like the look between the Halo 2 Scarab and the Halo 3 Scarab is like no fucking contest. The Halo 3 Scarab is like so much more cooler.
Absolutely. It's more. It's funny. I was getting into that Scarab expecting Halo 3 Scarab, because I didn't realize.
Yeah,
Well, just
how
not really.
different they are?
I didn't think. I was like, oh, I did. Now I obviously jogged my memory once I got inside.
So how you guys feeling about like this first Scarab encounter? Did you like it?
Oh, yeah.
Thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think. I was like, oh, it's done. I was like, oh, all right.
It's interesting how like it just like falls right into position.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you
All
just
right,
jump
here we
on.
go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Like yeah, it's like you're just walking under this bridge.
Yeah,
I
fuck
guess.
it. All right.
So the cutscene, regrets carrier, solemn penance, slip space jumps, and in amber clad along with Miranda Keys, John and Johnson. Sorry, John 117 and Johnson follows. The slip space explosion destroys parts of the city and the orbital elevator. This is probably a good time to talk about the UNSC In Amber Clad. This is a stalwart class light frigate. The In Amber Clad was designed by distinguished naval engineer David Pulver and Dr. Eugene Taylor. It was the final ship of a group of 16 stalwart class frigates that were constructed at the Sinvoyet Navy Yard as the Sinvoyet Navy Yard AS-9 above Reach. Launched on February 9th, 2547. Nothing is known of the first 3 years until April 5th, 2550, when Commander Keyes was given command of the ship. And I have some level trivia, but yeah. So this is where Halo ODST starts.
That's okay. That's what I was going to...
Regret leaves. He leaves a bunch of Covenant on the ground.
Gotcha. So then they drop the ODST in to take care of them.
Right.
And that's when
Gotcha.
it jumps.
Yeah, so we're just looking at the night
So
of
the
that
ODST
battle.
takes place in New Mombasa.
Yes.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, in the city center.
Interessante.
So is it... So during this cutscene when an Amberclad is following, is it weird to say it gave me like Mass Effect vibes? because
What? Because of the slip
just
space
like the
jump?
slip space and
I mean,
like how the
yeah,
ship
a little.
moves.
It's faster
coming
than
from
light
someone that
travel.
really hasn't like.
Yeah, I don't
this is
know.
like my second or third time
funny,
playing through the game where I played through Mass Effect. I don't know, just sci-fi.
Yeah, definitely. No,
Yeah.
it definitely felt like I love that sense of, and again, we talked about them before, but these cutscenes are
Yeah.
so
Oh,
just
yeah.
like they're racing to get into the portal, and no, it brings back to more of that kind of classic sci-fi,
Yeah.
like slip space. You're going through a portal to go to where you're trying to go, like vibe. I would agree. You're looking at
Vibe and slip
I looked
space.
over at Gooch and he's staring into my soul.
All right, I got some trivia. Because Metropolis is the second part of a 2-part mission, your weapons will carry over from Outskirts. Unless one of your weapons is a rocket launcher. If you finish Outskirts with a rocket launcher, you will start Metropolis with a battle rifle and an SMG. We talked about the Scarab gun. There's also a big soccer ball found in the top of a building that's destroyed. If you're going for the
Scarab gun.
yes, you will definitely find that soccer
Yeah.
ball. It's literally like sitting in a giant building. Like, just,
Yeah.
Doesn't make it, yeah.
soccer ball. All right, these are some good Easter eggs. So in the beginning of the mission, the male Marine talking at the beginning of the cutscene was voiced by David Cross, an actor best known for his portrayal of Tobias in Fox's Arrested Development. The female Marine in the beginning was voiced by Michelle Rodriguez, an actress best known for her role in ABC's Lost and the movie The Fast and the Furious.
Really?
Franchise.
Well,
Yeah.
just because was there any? They just happened to be there and just do.
I feel like Bungie did that a lot. There's
Yeah.
like Conan and his guy, his other dude. You know what I'm talking about? Conan and his other host guy.
Andy, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're in 4 and 5.
Oh, that's
Really?
right. I remember
Yeah.
that.
Well, they
saying
always.
something.
Did you ever see their Clueless Gamer reviews? Comments?
Yeah,
They're pretty funny.
And then he's in fucking Death Stranding too.
Yeah, which is
Yeah,
hilarious.
that's right. That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah. And one more. The other female Marine, the one who offers you the shotgun in the tunnel, was voiced by Laura. Your
Oh,
Can you move your thing? It's on top of
I'm sorry.
Is it I can't tell if it's a
Laura
P or,
Prepone.
yeah, I can't tell if it was an O or a P. 'Cause your thing is on it.
Sorry.
Just
Yeah. Laura Prepone, an actress best known for playing Donna Pincotti on Fox's That 70s Show.
What a classic.
Yeah, she is
You know
one line.
how dumb I am.
She has one line.
Growing up, I thought that movie or that show was actually filmed in the 70s.
Are you serious?
I was an idiot. It
When was
bad.
that filmed in the 90s?
It's like the 2000s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I couldn't have told you that.
Mila Kunis and like Ashton Kutcher and all them. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that is it for episode 7 Trio.
Guys, thank you so much for listening. This has been a lot of fun doing episode 8 of our Halo.
7.
Hey, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the doc.
you're
It's thrown me off.
ahead.
I'm sorry. Thank you for getting me. Episode 7 of our Halo Re3. It's been a great time. You can find this podcast everywhere podcasts are found. Just search Delco Nerd Network. We are on all these social medias at Delco Nerds. We have a nice and fun Discord where you can come and hang out and chat about everything from Halo to Mass Effect and everything in between. All of this information can be found on our website, delconerdnetwork.com. We have an email there as well, delconerds@gmail.com. For Gooch, for Chris, I've been Trio. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay nerdy, and we will see you next time.